federal records. Secretary Clinton, Secretary's federal records. Hillary Clinton, the Secretary Clinton's records. Federal records. The federal records. Hillary Clinton,
Clinton and federal Hillary Secretary Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Secretary Clinton, Secretary Powell, Secretary Clinton, federal records, Secretary Clinton, Secretary Powell, Secretary's records, Hillary Clinton, Secretary, federal records, Secretary Hillary Clinton, Secretary,
The federal records, Secretary Clinton, or Secretary records, Clinton, the federal secretary,
Secretary Powell, Hillary Clinton, Secretary Clinton,
Records.
Secretary Clinton, records.
Secretary Clinton, Secretary.
Records, Hillary Clinton,
The records.
Secretary Clinton, Secretary Clinton, or federal records.
Records.
Records,
Secretary Clinton,
Hillary Clinton, or federal records.
the federal records,
Secretary Clinton, the federal records.
Secretary, federal records, the records secretary, federal records, federal records, federal.
Hillary Clinton's email. Hillary Clinton, Secretary.
Secretary Powell, Hillary Clinton, Secretary Powell, Secretary Clinton, Secretary Powell, Secretary's records, Secretary Powell,
Secretary Powell's records,
Secretary Powell, records, Secretary Powell,
Secretary Powell,
Secretary Clinton, Powell,
records,
Secretary Powell, Secretary Clinton, Secretary Powell, Hillary Clinton,
Powell, Hillary Clinton's records,
The federal records.
your secretary or secretary,
Hillary Clinton, the federal records.
the records, Hillary Clinton,
Secretary
Records.
The secretary, records, Secretary Clinton, the secretary.
Records.